Drinkies on your
Well, he doesn't.
and your pizza.
He's gonna say he's 90 and doesn't have teeth.
The drink it. And your pizza. Don't do it.
Don't do
What is that from?
it. That was a Camp U video where Tanner came in as a banana. Sat there. Don't do it.
Just the premise alone. What was that? That was a Camp U video.
Yeah, it's because when people were like serious at church, they used to say like no bananas. Like,
oh God, yeah, that's right.
yeah, so they got Tanner to come in a banana suit. Just sat there like,
don't do it.
don't do it.
Now I want to get him a banana suit. A banana suit.
banana
Sorry,
shirt.
I was looking at my phone. What were you guys saying?
We did a Camp U video,
Oh, yeah.
and Tanner sat in a banana costume, and it's
Yeah.
just like, don't do it.
That's awesome.
By the way, for all the listeners, welcome back to Nostalgia Land. What we're referring to is we all grew up at the same church, and
Yep.
we used to do Camp U, which stood for Camp University.
Camp U?
Camp U. Because
Our
our
church's
our
name
church
was University Baptist.
University Baptist back in the day.
It ain't here.
It still is.
No. That was another video.
Oh.
You're like 10 videos ahead of us
Camp
all the
U?
time.
Well, not only that, but like I moved on, and you guys
Yeah.
still had videos, and I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I was there.
No, they were just, I was there. You were there. You didn't try. No, there was a video of
Hook, man, hook.
they shot Matt at his old house. They had like a
They
little,
shot him?
They shot him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You had the
yes.
beach next to your
Yeah.
dock, and you're sitting there in a cowboy hat, like a Kenny Chesney cowboy hat,
Yeah.
and just like athletic shorts and a t-shirt, and somebody goes, "Camp U?" And Matt's sitting there, and he goes, "It ain't here."
I
Fair enough.
completely forgot about this. You know who knew? Like our good friend DJ Noodle still has those. Actually,
Oh, really?
He taught me. Yeah, he's like, oh, I got a whole hard drive that's just all those old videos from like 2006,
We're gonna
7,
need to
8.
get
Totally
him on
send
that
those
hard
to
drive.
Trey.
So we should see this. Yeah. Hey, can we probably burn that hard
Yeah.
drive?
First, I'm going to upload it into my private server, and then we're going to burn that hard drive.
I'm gonna need a hammer. Your private server, like Hillary Clinton. Is that Chelsea Carter?
Yeah.
You think you're Chelsea Grandma?
Is it Kelsey or Chelsea?
Is it Kelsey or Chelsea?
Well, welcome back.
I don't know what's better in Rush Hour, the actual movie or the outtakes.
Yeah.
Oh, the outtakes.
Show me ass.
The
Show me
answer-
ass.
Yes, yes.
Show some gay ass cops,
No,
man.
the answer to that question is yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good one.
Or like the end of Rush Hour 2 when he goes, damn, he ain't going to be in Rush Hour 3.
That one's good, but my favorite one is when he keeps calling Lee Jackie Chan.
He's like,
yeah.
Jackie.
He's like, Jackie, he's like, his name is Lee, god damn it. And then in the next clip, he's like, Jackie, kick the door. And he's like, Jackie again?
Jackie again? Really? And he keeps going. He kicks the door and he's like, we'll get something out of this. Yeah. What's funny is like Jackie Chan, I mean, he speaks English pretty well, but it's still really difficult for him. So they feed him his lines.
Yeah.
A lot. He has a guy like, you say this now, and you'll just
there's one where
memorize it phonetically.
he comes on screen with a gun. He goes, cheese. And everybody starts cracking up. And he's like, what? They're like, freeze. He's like, oh, freeze.
Dude, yeah.
He's like a parrot.
Yeah.
No. Well, it's like if you want to go, there's some video where it's him and his daughter looking at all his work from like the past 40 years.
Oh, yeah. And she's like, you're awesome, Dad. And then he like starts
They
crying.
both start
Dude,
crying.
it melts your heart. It's because he's amazing, especially if you look at the stuff he did before he got big here and he was in China.
Yeah.
Chinese version of the original Mulan. Be a Man. That's him singing that.
That is him singing. Yeah, that's right. Well, welcome back to another episode of Nostalgia Land. If you don't know who we are, I'm Matt. This is my good friend Tyler and Trey.
Hey.
We were planning on trying to
how are
have... What? Oh.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, my God. Tony, how are you? We were trying to have our good other good friend, Tony, investigation pending, so we'll have to see if he can join us some other time. But
He's very tough to nail down. He's a very busy man.
he is the wind. But when he
is
comes
like the wind.
around, he's
When I come around.
Anyways,
Okay.
so on the show we just we talk about everything 80s, 90s, and today.
today.
A little bit of today.
Magic 102.7.
I was gonna say, what are we, a radio station?
Yeah, what is it? It was as the jingle, Magic 102.7.
0.7.
Thank God. Oh, bless you two for being here. Anyways, yeah, we've been doing this show now, but it's been just a little over a year. But anywho, today we're diving into is this 97? Is that right? I'm getting mine confused today, but we're doing
I can never remember those little details.
those little
like
dates.
I don't know
Things.
dates.
I don't do numbers.
I don't know numbers.
Yes, but you do voices.
Yay!
It
I'm a hot dog.
is. I'm so proud to be an American.
I love to be in America. Don't ask for a green card.
Don't ask. Yes, it is. Let me see. 97. I was right. It was 97.
Nailed it.
Flubber with the late, great, amazing Robin Williams.
And written by John Hughes.
Was it really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Same guy who brought us.
He just poor
Figment?
John
No,
Hughes,
I'm just
man. Ever since Home Alone, he just kept trying to recapture that lightning in a bottle. And this is a remake of The Absent-Minded Professor from back in the day.
Yes.
And they didn't do it. They didn't do
didn't
it.
quite
No.
capture
He's absent-minded, but
It's
the
not
magic.
a horrible
Yeah.
don't ever watch this movie. But if it's like on TV and you're bored, you can watch some Flubber.
It's not Air Bud. All right.
It's not Air Bud. It's not Kroll either.
ain't no rule there said dog can't play basketball.
Oh,
They have a moment
yes.
in this.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm so glad you saw that.
I
Yes,
thought of
okay.
Air Bud when I saw that.
Yeah, so he's like, ain't no rule saying you can't jump too high. And I was gonna lean in. Ain't no rule says a dog can't play basketball.
You see that referee? He's right. He's right.
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. He can't do it. Yeah,
That guy knows his rule book.
dude, what I remember of this was like the Flubber toys, the McDonald's stuff.
Yeah, McDonald's
the
was big.
VHS, which I think I've seen it around here. I bet if we looked hard, I bet
It's green.
still
Figment.
here. What? It's
Figment.
Not, it's not true. It's not
No,
around.
Figment in Epcot.
Oh,
This guy.
what about
Disney
Figment?
stuff.
At the Figment ride, hits Flubber's in the Figment ride.
No,
Yeah,
really?
You go. They're at the Science Institute or whatever, and Robin Williams' character, the professor, is one of their
Did you go last weekend?
No.
Were you up there last week?
No, I go too much. But
I can't remember if I stopped at the red light while I'm driving, and this guy's like, "Yeah, Figment."
Yeah,
Is that
Figment,
Epcot?
he's in the Figment ride.
Yeah, when I saw it back in the
hey, it used to be Honey.
82,
No, was that
I wasn't
Honey I
even
Blew Up
bored.
the Kids? Is that Honey I Shrunk the Kids?
Honey, I
Was
Shrunk
that
the Kids was across
Dude,
the street from
Honey,
that.
I
Yes.
Shrunk the Kids.
the ride?
That is a movie we will do.
Oh, it's a great one.
I love
Don't
that
eat
movie.
me.
Yeah. Oh, I think I texted you guys. I watched it recently with my kids, and they loved it.
It's so good.
They were a
man.
little freaked out about the giant ant because he was when that everything
Auntie?
else they were fine.
Yeah,
Oh
auntie,
yeah,
yeah.
shrinking people doing that, and they were like, "Are ants really that big?" And I flat out told them, "Yes, yes they are."
If you're that small, then answer that.
Why? Why do you think I tell you to wear sunscreen when you go outside? Always wear
It's
sunscreen.
not for the sun. It's
It's for the giant ants.
It's for the giant ants. It's a repellent.
they don't
Oh,
like
man.
the taste.
Something about it. They don't.
It's sterile. I like the taste.
Yes.
You can't say the word taste around Trey without him doing that, and it's so funny.
Sterile.
We were playing video games online the other day, and it came up.
No,
then.
you didn't even say sterile. You said necessary.
You said the word necessary.
Yeah, he was like, "Well, that
Necessary?
was." He's like, "Well, that was unnecessary," and I was like, "Necessary? Was it necessary for me to drink my own urine? No, but I do it anyway because it's sterile and I like the taste."
Yeah. You can't say certain words. They're trigger words.
Yep.
These are trigger
It's a
words.
trigger warning.
Yeah. It's like, and all the trees are speaking.
It's a different type of trigger warning.
Oh, sorry. Damn it. Yeah. Just sends Trey spiraling into nostalgia. Anyway, so yeah, 97. It's Robin Williams. Robin Williams really, I mean, he made the 90s, dude. And I feel 80s and 90s
and today.
and today.
He's the
definitely.
genie.
He made it so wonderful because what at least I noticed about Robin Williams in this is he still brought so much heart to it. He was not the problem. The problem of this movie, in my opinion, was sponsored by Ford. Drive it not because you want to, because we're not giving you a choice. Ford.
You know what Ford stands for?
You got to rearrange the letters.
A little bit.
Big fucking piece of shit. Have you ever seen Amiri King? I don't know.
Like,
one of those. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's one of those words.
If you look it up, man, it's Chevy versus Ford.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. It is the most ridiculous thing. It's this white dude, like redneck looking guy, and he is so funny. And he's like,
yes,
yeah.
I have seen that guy. Yeah.
The you know, it's got a VTEC Vortec engine made out of real tornadoes. Like just the most ridiculous stuff.
The Ford plugs.
I drive a Chevy. I drive
Yeah.
a Chevy every day. You drive a Ford. Gay.
Oh God, dude. Yeah.
My boss at work, like in my office job, will be like, "Hey, I heard you're going to Gatlinburg." And if you watch that video, that's a really funny line to say to me at work.
You'll understand why he wants him to go to Gatlinburg.
A lot.
Don't let your uncle go.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna have to provide a list to the listeners.
I'm telling
go
you.
watch this YouTube video. We'll put it. I'll try to put it in the
Link in the
description.
description.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the description of the episode.
for sure.
Go below.
You need to.
Don't
If
do it while
this
you're
video
driving.
gets 200 likes, we'll put a link in the description.
Shit, if it gets 50 likes, if it gets 10 likes.
If somebody comments a movie to do,
Oh, actually, we did have a comment. Somebody reached out and they were like, "I love the Back to the Future." Trilogy, which I was like, that's
Nice.
brilliant. We should probably start with one of the lesser ones, but I still think one of the better ones is the third one because it's hilarious about it being in the
like
Old
the
West
first
and
one.
stuff.
Yeah.
But the first one is too good.
The thing with Back to the Future though is like all three of those movies are good.
Yeah, they're watchable. They're really fun,
Yeah.
except for that one weird kid in the third one. Who does? Okay, they're all standing on the train saying goodbye. We'll get to it. I'll share it. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It's like a cult. Why was he doing that? And like he worships the devil or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, people take it way too far. But yeah, so this was a remake, and like you said, I don't think they quite reached the mark.
They missed
but
the mark.
Yeah, I mean, it's still Robin Williams, and I remember this movie being funnier, like slapstick, funny, and more Robin Williamsy.
it came out when we were like 8.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It really wasn't. I
was like that guy got hit in the balls.
Yeah, the guy with the
That guy got hit in the head.
in the balls.
Yeah.
me and my friends that are 40 whatever, like 41, 42 like me, yeah. We talk about it all the time where we'll talk about some movie we're nostalgic for. Like, oh, did you ever see this? Did you ever see this? And this show has really taught me that if you didn't see it when we saw it, you're not going to feel that same way.
You're not
Like,
gonna love it.
You're going to watch this movie and be like, really?
These guys
Okay.
I don't.
I thought I liked their
You don't,
taste
you
in
don't
movies.
get to tell me what movies to watch.
Yeah,
anymore.
like
maybe I should see Kroll.
tall trees. Tall trees. Tall trees.
Big tall trees. You still have to do that movie.
Yeah. Tommy Churcher and the Stamp Traveler.
Yes, yeah, that's
I
definitely
was so
needs to
depressed
be.
when you were like, "What put it on YouTube?" I only spent like $100 on that damn DVD.
Hey, but that's yours forever.
Who buys
Forever.
a DVD? That's
That was a
fine.
long time ago.
Yeah, I know. That was a while when DVDs were like still
probably
the thing.
wasn't.
Yeah, Blu-rays weren't
It
around.
probably
when I
wasn't
bought
on
them.
YouTube.
No, it was not. It was not on YouTube.
It probably
though.
wasn't on YouTube actually. Probably
there was YouTube.
2005.
Like Netflix, you were still getting them in the mail.
Oh yeah,
Which means there was YouTube.
yeah. You try to explain to the youth of today. Oh yeah, we
Youth?
used to
The
wait.
youths?
The youths.
What is a Ute?
What is a Ute? Yeah, you try to explain to them that. Oh yeah, we used to have to order our Netflix.
Yeah.
we make lists and they would show up sometime in this postal service. And I think like God, like my kid got a letter and she's so excited about this came for me, and I'm just like it's a birthday card from her. But like the physical, tangible things, it's still exciting to get. And so I don't know.
Mine are just bills. So.
Yeah,
So-
it sucks. Yeah.
At work, we clear boats in and out. You can buy these decals that makes it so you don't have to pay every time. You
Yeah.
just pay one fee and you're done. And you can use the website to like look up all the boats that we've ever purchased decals for. Well, they changed the website, and when the government does anything, they break it all, and it's totally messed up now, and you can't find all those things. Well, so they send you hard copies. So I got to open so much mail, probably like 200 envelopes.
No.
Yeah.
And what are you
Luckily, I
supposed to
had
do?
some
Like-
help with from one of the other people in our office. Her daughter was there, and she's very like, "You got anything for me to do?" I'm like, you really don't have to do this, but if you want to. And she's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm like, okay, thank God. I'm going to leave.
Listen, I'm going to take a nap.
We got snacks.
Wake me up at lunch.
I think there's snacks. Okay.
Oh, man. Okay.
Flubber. Wow. I mean, I can't even bring myself to talk about it. Like,
wow.
So Rob Williams plays an absent-minded professor.
The absent-minded professor.
Who teaches at
Singular. Middleton.
Yeah, I think
Middleton
Middleton.
College.
which is like Harvard, apparently.
It's like the Harvard.
It's like Harvard.
Wherever they are.
Of this fictional universe.
This area. Yeah.
And he's a science professor who's
Yep.
like, he's obviously absent-minded, but the movie starts with him forgetting about his third wedding.
Yeah, and he's got
Dude.
Weebo.
Yeah, Weebo who's his robot who's obsessed with him.
His like AI flying.
It was
Robot.
uncomfortable.
It was just a reason to
it's
have
his
like
R2-D2.
old
Yes.
clips of Disney stuff play,
Yeah.
like out of her
It
screen.
was mostly Donald Duck.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's
Donald
some
Duck,
Goofy.
some Goofy.
Some goof. Yeah.
There's some stuff, but she keeps showing because he's like he knows he's absent-minded, and he's asking her, "What does my schedule have?"
Yeah.
She keeps showing him like 6 p.m. wedding, but it's when he's not looking because she
Right.
doesn't because she's obsessed with him, wants to marry him as a weird AI robot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was just forced romantic tension so that they could introduce Shooter McGavin.
To Shooter McGavin.
like they wanted this heartfelt thing with the robot, and all it did was creep me out.
Made me uncomfortable.
I mean, when you're like a kid, I guess
Yeah.
it's not that big.
Because you don't look into it like that,
Right.
you don't realize what's really going on. But
Yeah.
it's like, dude, this is a robot.
Weebo's basically his like R2-D2, except she can talk
and she could fly.
and she can. Well, no, R2-D2
and
was
manipulate computers and has like a full mind of her own.
Or R2 could do that.
Yeah, that's true. He could manipulate computers.
You're
But he can
underestimating
talk.
R2.
This one can talk like
Yeah,
in English.
you had to know R2's language to talk to R2. You had to know
Which
the beeps and
Anakin
the
did.
fleeps.
Anakin do the
Yeah, I
beeps,
know,
the
for
sweeps,
real.
the creeps.
Yeah. What is it? You got the creeps, the sweeps, and the bleeps.
What? That's not all he's lost.
Just
What was
one
it,
normal
the,
guy.
The meme I sent you guys, it was R2-D2 in the first in the original trilogy, and it was like beep boop 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 boop, and R2-D2 in the first trilogy, it was like beep boops and what was? Oh man, I gotta find
Whenever
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
someone like when you mention R2D2 talking, I always think of Cleveland Brown's voice. Y'all gonna eat that? Oh no!
But-
Wow. Just okay. So yeah, this.
Well, I like how it starts out.
Yeah.
Where everybody like bags on it, but I always love a good like breakfast making machine. Like Doc Brown has his in speaking of Back to the Future has
Yeah.
his like gadgets and his home all rigged up to feed the dog and
Gadgets and gizmos.
exactly all that stuff. But
It's like Rick Moranis' house.
yeah, in
Yeah.
Honey I Shrunk the
It
Kids.
is. Yeah, it does. Yeah. And
You know, little off topic. I've heard that they're going to be making Shrunk, which I don't know
What?
if it's like a remake or what it is. But Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement
What's his
Oh.
name?
to
in it?
reprise his role.
My-
Zelensky's his name.
Yeah, in Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zelensky.
Isn't that the same Zelensky from Tommy Boy?
It was like R2-D2, the original. Come on down to
don't know.
Zelensky, the auto parts king.
See, you triggered him.
R2-D2, the
So
original
touch it.
trilogy and sequels was displays some message and opens a few doors. And it's like R2-D2 in the prequels, and it's John Marston from Red Dead Redemption. It says beeping and tooting, beeping and booping.
We'll have to post that to our Graham so people know what we're talking about. But yeah, so it opens up. He's got like a high tech house. It's messy. He's got books everywhere.
Yeah, and the alarm goes off, and he goes to hit it, and he hits the button that
Yeah.
shoots the garbage can into the air. And I was watching like videos of like reviews and stuff. They're saying how he misses the alarm clock and shoots the garbage. I'm like, no, if you pay attention, that's how his garbage goes to the curb. It lands right on the curb.
purpose.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's an invention he designed. Like what?
Just imagine how many like stray cats and dog walkers like he's hit
like
with that
kids
thing.
that are like riding
Yeah.
their bicycles
Yeah.
and like freaking garbage can falls out of the sky. There's a running theme in this
Yeah.
movie of things falling out of the sky.
Like the
true.
water heater.
The car.
If we played a drinking game every time there was an explosion in his house,
You'd be dead.
yeah, we'd be very drunk.
Which
at
actually
least.
that made me laugh every time it happened because he has this biohazard hose sticking out of one of the windows. It's just a tube.
Yeah.
It's just a big tube. And whenever it explodes, that thing comes
There's
off.
one of those in Home
for some
Alone 2
reason.
when they're doing the construction.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's what he shoots down. That's his like garbage tube for things. But yeah. So he's the absent-minded professor, and he's on his third one. He goes to work like normal, but I love the opening
on a
scene of it.
solar-powered scooter.
Yeah, which I was like, whoa, this is ahead. All right. It looks ridiculous, but like, it's ahead.
Just like now.
Yeah. You're not winning. You're not winning anybody over with your solar.
I own one of those.
No, you own a battery powered. Like it looks like a scooter, and it goes like 30 miles an hour.
Oh, does it? You got one of those?
Yeah, he's got a badass
bird
one.
scooter.
I'm not,
Dude, a buddy of mine had a skateboard that goes 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, I would die.
Lord.
It is terrifying. You get the speed wobbles a little bit. And you're like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die right now.
That's how shake and bake ends.
But
this is a good one. No,
yeah. So he goes to work, and he walks into the wrong lecture hall,
loved this. Yeah,
and it's like a nude
Modeling day for an art class.
Yeah, it's an art class where they're all painting, and they have nude models, a man and a woman.
Yeah,
and the two genders, and he walks in and he starts teaching, and
yeah,
he's like addressing the models and
he's like
stuff.
moving crap on the blackboard.
Yeah, and he's it's just like, does he notice that
he admired someone brought him a dead pheasant and fruit, and he's like, well, thank you, that's not going to give you extra credit, but here we go. And he starts just lecturing.
That's how you know it's an old school movie, because instead of having like whiteboards or like digital whiteboards like they have now, he actually had to like push up the chalkboard to get more space, and then he's like, it's not my class.
Yeah.
Ooh, and this is Professor Richardson's drawing of life.
That's it.
Yeah. But what's funny is like that reminded me of my high school. He doesn't say shit.
You can see it on his face.
You can see it on. Yeah. How often? I mean, have you heard the Aladdin B tracks that he did when he would play Genie? He recorded like 4 hours of additional material on top of.
You could have like an NC-17 version of Aladdin. Yes,
you could have NC-17 of Aladdin, dude. Yeah, so I'd have no doubt there were moments in this movie where like, son of a bitch. Just like,
for sure.
Late for my wedding.
According to Will Wheaton, who shows up later in the movie.
Willie.
That's who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton, bro.
I just had the Jimmy Neutron moment. Brain blast.
According to Will Wheaton, Robin would ask to do several takes even when they thought they got it, and there was enough like raw footage to redo the whole movie with every scene being different with him doing stuff. If you've ever watched his stand-up, you could totally see that happening where he just goes. It's like
banana sandwiches.
when he used to be on like Carson and stuff, it would literally be like one question. And the dude just goes for the whole segment.
Yeah.
Because like the energy was so intense and so like his mind just racing constantly.
And you know, that was also like unfortunately his cocaine years too, that he had really bad time. So could you tell? Could you not tell?
Yeah, he was doing all the cocaine.
He had all the energy.
Yeah. It was just him and Pacino.
That's how I harnessed Flubber. We need a bonding agent.
This could have turned into like a Walter White movie real fast.
Where Flubber's his Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, that's it. Go steal the crap. Just do it.
It's time to cook, Flubber.
And then Flubber grows next to him into like a person-sized Flubber.
Oh, yeah.
You know what really bothered me a lot in this movie was then like skipping ahead to when he already has the Flubber.
Okay.
Well, so we're almost there though.
It happens
just
fairly quick.
real quick. Yeah. He goes and Shooter McGavin's character. What's his actual name?
I think it's like Dennis or something.
Keep calling him
Wilson Croft.
Wilson Croft.
Dude, what an epic villain.
Well, he plays a great asshole.
Yeah. He's an epic villain. He's epic.
He's like Sean Penn.
This is
Sean Bean.
This is the most in-your-face villain I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's open about his intentions. Yeah, like, of course I'm here to steal
They
your ideas.
They were former partners, and he's basically tells Rob Williams like, "Yeah, you're smarter than me, but like you're
an idiot."
No, he's like you're book smart, but you're street dumb.
Yeah, you just can't.
And so I'm just gonna steal all your stuff and make money off it. Appreciate that.
And then he's like, "Oh, and by the way, I'm here to break up you and your when you don't show up for your wedding, I'm gonna steal your fiance and marry her myself."
Jeez, dude, which I was like, is the catch really Marcia Gay Harden, Dr. Sarah Jean Reynolds of the story? I was like, hey.
Marsha Gay Harden?
No, sorry, it's Marcia, you're right. Marcia Gay. Marcia Gay Harden.
He just combined their names, okay?
Marcia. Marcia and Marcia.
When you're gay, you get Harden.
So, sometimes
when you're James, you get Harden.
Well, it's like that Family Guy thing where he's like, Stewie, they get out of Smokey and the Bandit's car, and Stewie's like, hey, good luck trying to hit that sweet, hot Sally Fields stuff. Okay.
Metapod use Harden.
Although Sally Fields was cute back then.
She was cute back then.
Cute.
Right, yeah.
Especially in Smokey and the Bandit.
I was going to say, not the cutest Aunt May.
Not that I remember.
You should probably see Sybil. It's actually a really good movie.
Okay.
Fair enough. I think it's what got her an
Sally
Academy.
Fields is, well, it's like this. It's like the 7 degrees of second bacon.
The second bacon? The second degrees of Kevin
7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Skibbity boo.
Because Sally Fields and Robin Williams missed Doubtfire.
That's true.
Dude.
They were together.
It's true.
Yeah. I would take Sally over Marcia in my opinion.
You're going to say you take Sally over Miss Doubtfire?
No. Yeah. Over Miss
I don't know.
No, that
Doubtfire's real funny.
That English bird. She's feisty as a whip. She's hip hop and quip.
I'm a hippo granny who can hip hop, beep bop, dance till you drop, and yo, we can make a wicked cup of cool.
I'll tell you, that's probably the best Robin Williams movie, if not one of the best.
Actually, there's a podcast with the kid actors where that's what they do. Yeah. They do.
They're the Doubtfires?
Yeah, the Doubtfires. Yeah. The Doubtfire kids from the movie with Molly, the girl who played Matilda. Yeah, I played Matilda.
You're going to have to post a link to that or something so I can check it out.
Because they talk about it all the time.
Her name's not Molly. Her name's Matilda.
Speaking of Matilda, what's up, Danny?
Hey, Dan.
He was her buddy.
Dude, he did so much for her during that production.
Yeah.
You know all those stories about?
Yeah, and I just saw a post where they were hugging and stuff. And he's all old, gray hair, long gray hair, and he's hugging on her, and she's like a grown person.
He look cracked out like he does it. It's Always Sunny.
Dude, yeah, I mean, him and It's Always Sunny is ridiculous,
dude,
man.
Looks like he's
so
on
That
drugs.
show is ridiculous.
Have you watched a lot of that show ever?
I've seen a good amount of that show.
Funny, dude.
It is really funny. It is
Absolutely
horrible.
I mean,
At times it makes me I got to turn this off.
Yeah.
There's such bad people.
I think that's what they were going for. Though.
Yes, absolutely. That's the humor. That's the joke.
Someone did a compilation clip of
him?
D.
Oh,
Sweet
God,
D
yeah.
doing her
Who's married to Mac in real life.
racist bits.
Yeah.
Where she plays the black woman in blackface but she also plays Taiwan Tammy.
Oh my God.
And it's she has these huge teeth.
That's so terrible.
And she comes out full oh hurrah! It's so good to see you.
Just commit.
And it's
You got to commit.
It's so funny and terrible.
No, it's like what South Park does. They just commit.
Yeah.
But that's what I send to my half siblings who are Chinese and they love it. So
There you go.
Okay, that's how I justify watching that.
Bringing it back.
Yeah.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. Sorry.
He basically tells Rob Williams hey, you're not going to show up for your wedding, and I'm going to steal your wife. And he's like, oh, you're going to be disappointed.
He's a man of action.
Flash cut to him in his basement lab.
Yeah.
and
he comes up with
he's talking to the he's talking to the robot, to Weebo.
And he also has Weebo and Weber. And Weber's the stupid one that cleans stuff.
Weber's the one that
he's the gonk droid.
Weber's the droid from Iron Man that hits Tony Stark.
Yes. Where and he's no.
You spray me again.
If you spray me again, I'm gonna sell you for scraps.
Yes.
No, I'm donating you to the medical university.
That's what I thought it was, our MIT or something
that joke gets me every time too. In the first Iron Man, when he comes back through and he crashes through down and crushes the car, and it's the fire extinguisher.
Oh, so good. Yeah, so he's cooking meth in the basement.
Yeah. And he's talking to Weebo, and she says,
in a pressure cooker pot.
Yeah, and she says hot, and he's like, I'm you watch
brain blast.
Brain blast. Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah. You watch him have an aneurysm.
Yeah, and he's like not hot, cold. And he basically It's an equation, and at the top it says hot.
Yes.
Changes to cold, which that's how science works.
Dude, some of the computer graphics in this, I was like, "There's no way that was his computer." It's like an Apple One doing these like 3D calculations and stuff. You're just like, "This isn't happening."
It's 97, baby.
Yeah, but like, I loved it when he's doing the program and he sets it, and they show the little light of the hard drive, and you hear the and I was like, "Oh,
he's
that
connected
brings
to
it
the internet."
Me. Yes.
Oh my god! For those kids out there that are watching, we used to have dial-up internet, which went through your phone lines,
and you got DSL, and that was like the greatest thing.
And it made horrible noises when you would sign
and if you tried to call somebody's house while they were on the internet, you got those.
Your phone exploded is what happened, dude. And it just blasted it off the wall.
And they would say, off the wall. And they would say like, "Oh yeah, if you call me, it's gonna kick me off." Trust me, it never worked.
Yeah, I
used to call my friends that like were ahead of the time with computers, and I would sit there and call, trying to kick them off out of the game so that I could go over and play the game with them.
Tell them to take a break.
You said you weren't going to play without me.
Yeah, jerks.
No, I remember when my cousin actually he had the phone company put in 2 separate phone lines.
Yeah,
so that they could stay connected on the internet,
and they could have the phone working.
Yeah, but he worked for the government, so that makes sense.
He figured this out if you rapidly cool his experiment.
Yeah.
To like minus 175 Kelvin or something like that.
27 degrees Kelvin, which 0 degrees Kelvin is absolute zero.
Yeah. And we're way below that now.
It's very cool. Oh, here comes May.
Here's May Young. For all those listening, we have a N64 wrestling cam.
Check us out on YouTube.
Go check out the YouTube. Our videos are now in Brady Bunch format, which if you guys want to do that, look to your right. Go, hey, look down, look left, look up.
Have you seen that? The Jimmy Fallon bits?
Yeah.
Yes.
They did the Avengers one.
It's Usher.
They did the Avengers one.
Yeah, and he's like in the corner, and he thinks he's the middle, and it's like, oh, that's so bad. I feel bad for Usher.
Like,
yeah. He's like into it, man. He's killing it.
He was loving it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I did notice that she was the 33 person. She came in at 33 of the match. It's weird.
Yeah, plan that.
Anyway.
Production.
Yeah.
So he figures out if he rapidly cools his experiment, it stabilizes it, and he creates Flubber, which is like
flying rubber.
He's a sentient plasmoid. That's what they call him.
Feeling.
It's sentient.
Yes.
It can't talk, but that's pretty much it. And
it's basically like if plankton was big and had a brain.
Where's the Krabby Patty secret formula?
Ravioli, give me the formula.
But
Eugene Krabs.
If plankton was smart and couldn't talk at all.
I love that voice.
So he basically like coaxes it out of the like cooling pot that he's in. Like, it's okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a pressure pot. It's a pressure cooker.
And then it stands up and it's like, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets his arroz con pollo on it.
It's funny how they do this in like all these movies. They do it a lot in this movie, this exposition where like the person in the shot or the conversation that's going on would never ever happen in real life.
Yeah, that's not.
But since you're watching at home, they need to explain to you what's going on. So it's like this ridiculous conversation, and every once in a while it would like pull me out of the movie, and I'm like, dude, like what is going? Like this guy is talking to this flubber, explaining to the flubber or to himself like what it is.
Yeah,
and I'm
that
like,
he's pliable, but he can retain his shape.
He's elastic.
Like he turns him into a cube.
He can morph.
and that part is pretty funny. How he's like
let's test
stretching
your
it over
tensile
his
strength,
face.
and he like
yeah.
And I mean, it was solid CGI for 97.
Yeah,
dude.
it was back then.
Bouncy transparency, like, and to interact with, like,
this whole movie was done to bounce shit around.
That's
really all
and
it was.
basically
And
what
break a bunch of
what
stuff.
he figures out is Flubber's basically the Juggernaut, where if you start his momentum, unless you can stop it,
it's
just gonna go forever,
and it's gonna speed up as it goes.
Some of the rules around it, though, I was like, wait, shouldn't they be flying through the air right now? Hold on, like he sat down really like they have the rules of like, okay, you can't drop them, you can't stop them and stuff like. But I was like, any object moving that fast isn't like, oh, I just caught it. It's like, no. It caught it and it ripped your arm out of its
Well, it's
socket,
Flubber.
dude. Like, yeah, but it's
You just
Flubber,
made me,
sure.
Yeah.
you just made me think of those killer whales that attack the boats, ripped your arm out of your socket. There was a video of a dude like in Spain, and he's on like a sailboat. You know, they have like the giant wheels because they have the big. No, it's just a giant wheel.
Oh my gosh!
And
right?
he's like holding on to it, and all of a sudden, like there's like the boat kind of like rocks, and he was like, "That was weird."
Yeah.
And then like keeps going, and then the steering wheel gets hit, and it gets hit like the wheel just jerks over so hard it rips his shoulder out of the socket, and the killer whales are slamming the rudder underneath the boat. Yeah, it was crazy.
You know
But
what
you just brought that up.
a-holes.
But you know what I found out why they do that? They suddenly I don't know who studies that, but they figured out it's a bunch of teenage orcas who are bored.
Yeah, they're assholes.
They're just assholes. Just
they're
running
so
into
smart.
boats. Yeah,
It's
They're
like
assholes.
ding dong ditching, but like I'm gonna ding dong sink your boat.
Well, now there's-
Well, they also think that the ones that were sinking, like going around and they were literally sinking vessels. They were punching holes in them. Was a mother who had lost her calf to humans to a boat,
Yeah.
and so they were hunting boats and taking them down.
We suck.
Well, I mean, if it's an accident, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like you don't do it. But there's some badass videos out there of like. They like to ride in like the wake of the boat, or like they like to ride the shore like a dolphin does,
Yeah.
where they get on the bow and they ride the pressure forward. They don't have to swim as hard, and they get to like play.
Yeah.
But there's a guy and he's filming off the back of the boat, and he's like, check it out. And this orca comes out of the water.
It's like here.
It is so big, and
Yes.
it's right there.
Yeah, it's like one of
I've
those
seen that
sandworms
one.
from
Oh my
Beetlejuice.
god, it's
Yeah,
so
just
cool.
to give you an example.
Yes,
For
like
those
Tremors.
watching-
Like,
Yeah. For those watching on YouTube, just to give you an example, it's like, oh, that's so cool. What is that?
that's gonna be ridiculous.
Now I can't just listen to this episode on Spotify. You gotta watch it back.
Yes, you have to watch.
You have to watch.
So in all of this testing Flubber, he misses his wedding again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the third time.
And
And he was, like,
stupid ass
dressed up for it.
Weebo is over there like,
Oops.
Yeah.
it's time. Shut it.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
And
Oh,
then he
it's
finally remembers. He's like,
6:30.
"Oh, it's 6 o'clock. We gotta go." And
Yeah.
she's like, "It's 6 a.m."
Saturday. And he's like, no, your clock is off. And she's like, no, I should. Bro, if someone was like that, like he doesn't have any best friend, somebody to be like, hey, buddy, like,
Yeah,
hey,
he has Weebo.
hey, we're supposed to be there. Like it's 5 o'clock on Friday.
And don't you think if he stood you up twice, and she even says in the beginning of the movie that like once it's him, twice it's understandable because it's
Okay.
him. 3 times and we're done.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't be there to take him to the
Yeah.
church.
He would have been chained to me.
Yeah.
I never would have let him outside.
After the first time it happens, that's
Yeah.
when you take him to the church.
chain him or hire a couple of college frat guys and be like
Professor, his basketball buddy.
yeah, hire the basketball team, kidnap him, all right, and you hold him down and you bring him in the tuxedo, 6 o'clock, right
or
here.
just his clothes.
Just anything. Just tie him up and bring him. Don't let him get in his little brain blast and figure out how to make a sentient being in his basement. Get his ass to church right now. All right, sorry, I'm calming
Yeah,
down.
so Shooter McGavin takes his wife home.
Yeah.
And then, so, he goes in the next day to try to explain himself. And he's like, it's Flubber. And she's like, what are you talking about?
She's
Well,
like,
why
excuse me.
was
Out.
why was Shooter invited to their wedding?
I don't.
I don't think he was, but I don't.
He was sitting in their
Yeah,
their wedding, and then
he was like-
and then when he realizes like the wedding's not happening,
not
yeah, like,
he pours the rice onto the ground. Like, why did you do that?
That's bad. That's bad juju. is what that is. You don't throw the rice until after.
yeah, you're a
you're going to
jerk.
kill birds.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck them birds.
First of all, with you, Tyler, today, it's orcas and birds. What else are we getting?
I like
this
orcas.
week? Okay. Oh, dude. Yeah. So Shooter McGavin takes his girlfriend basically, and he comes in to try to keep explaining, like, no, look, I'm gonna save the college because
Yeah.
that's like front page news.
Yeah, it's
is-
that the college is going under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're in
And
debt
it-
to this really rich guy.
Yeah, I can think of a million different uses for like green bouncy shit.
So he tries to prove it to her, the slapstick gag that you're getting at. And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to put this in my back pocket. and then I'm gonna jump out your window
Backwards.
off the 3rd floor,
Just ass first.
and I'm just gonna bounce back up through this window. And
She's like, oh God, no.
Flubber's like, peace out.
Bye.
Yeah, what a jerk.
Like leaves his pocket. Well, it probably
Such a
hurts.
jerk.
And so he falls 3 stories onto his spine. Now,
Yeah.
I know I do orthopedics and not neurology. There's definitely some broken bones there. You're
Something's-
not rolling over and walking away from
yeah.
that.
Trust me, we know from experience. You're going to get some cracked vertebrae.
Oh God.
You
But that was the 5th floor.
You fell.
Wasn't it? Or was it 3rd?
3.
It was 3rd? Okay.
I was the person that he walked up to.
That's right.
You fell
Oh,
ass first out a window
yeah.
and landed on your coccyx.
Yeah, we had a buddy in high school who fell out of a window at camp, landed on his back, got up and walked, but he like cracked 2 vertebrae, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough and broke his arm.
Well,
Oh
the
my
craziest
gosh.
part is like one side of his body doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah, he's special needs.
Yeah. Well,
He
he had a
had-
seizure when he was young.
Yeah,
and
he had
it
like
paralyzed.
encephalitis. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, I mean, but that dude, the strength he had to get up with cracked vertebrae, broken arm, and go find help. It's
He's
crazy.
like a normal looking white guy. And he turned the corner and was like beat red. And I was like,
Yeah.
you all right?
Yeah.
What's wrong? What happened? What's going on? And he's like, I fell. I'm like, fell? From where? What do you mean you fell? From the 3rd floor. Like,
See that bird?
oh, let's lay down. Let's lay down, buddy. Let's lay
Mike?
down and not move.
Mike?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah,
and they
bud,
were,
take
it was
5.
like a big debate of like helicopter or ambulance. Like that's how the serious
I would have gone with
this got.
helicopter, honestly.
Well, they ended up bringing the ambulance in because like
Well,
I don't
no
know.
one listened to me.
But you don't know like where the helicopter was or how long it would have taken or whatever. But
Jeez, dude. Yeah, so he's trying to prove to her he falls on his back. He's definitely hurt. Like it's not like just walk away.
it's movie magic, baby.
A little bit of aspirin,
Yeah.
or a little more cocaine, and just keep moving.
That's how he got it.
That was it. That was the one.
And this is where we meet Will Wheaton.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
Jump cuts to Will Wheaton.
because the guy who's gonna close down the college turns out is Will Wheaton's dad,
yeah.
and
Bob
Will
Wheaton,
Yeah, it's William Wheaton.
Chester Honecker,
Yeah.
Chester Copperpot.
Yeah.
Chester
Chester Copperpot.
Chester Copperpot. Yeah, Will plays Bennett Honecker, and he's an
You
asshole.
figure
basically.
that 4 years on the Enterprise would have taught you how to do some science.
Well,
but
the
no.
thing is, the dad is paying the university to
Yeah.
give him straight A's so that he can be on the basketball team and then go to Harvard Business.
go to
School.
Harvard
Yeah.
for business.
Yeah, because they don't go to Harvard business. They go to Harvard.
You go to Harvard.
The
You go to
you pack
Harvard.
the cat in the Harvard yard.
You go to Harvard Business
There's
School.
damn whales in the harbor.
And then later we'll go up there and get $40 for pizza.
Yeah, you got to go to New York for that.
That's south.
That's
south.
what I'm saying. You're down here in South, you go up there and you get $40 for pizza.
They got that real artisanal pies
Yeah.
hanging around with the prosciutto and the arugula.
You know what I want on my pizza? Fucking cheese, bro. Give it to me. Give it to me. Some
The
sauce.
Capicola and the Pajou.
Anyway.
Yeah, the gabagool. Is that gabagool? Is
Ooh,
it
I could
gabagool?
go for a gabagool
Some
right now.
gabagool.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So, you
So
could-
Will's complaining.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
And,
comes in bitching like this guy failed me. I'm gonna get an F.
and it's the professor.
Yeah. Because he didn't realize what the game was. Like,
Because he's
well,
like,
he
oh,
has
money, I don't
morals.
care.
is it the morals or is it that he just didn't remember to give that kid
Yes.
Tomato,
the one?
tomato,
Yeah.
tomato,
Yes.
potato, tomato,
Wait,
potato.
Someone paid my mortgage this week, but I can't remember who or why I'm supposed
It was
to do
Sarah.
that. Oh, that's right. Okay. She's but my favorite thing of this was the two bad guys in it. Who one of them is Mr. Krabs,
Yeah.
and he's SpongeBob me.
Those
boy."
guys are awesome, both of them.
bro. But the guy, so Clancy Brown,
Yeah.
and I had to say it because I was looking at him. I was like, why does that voice so familiar and creepy? Ted Levine, who plays Wesson, who is also Buffalo Bill.
Yep.
He's like, he puts the lotion on its skin,
Or
and
gets the hose again.
or gets just put it in the basket. And the way
Would you
he
fuck
talks,
me?
yeah,
I'd fuck me.
but the way
That's the
he
Family Guy bit.
talks
It's so funny.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it's intimidating.
That's what they were going
Yeah.
for in the new movie Longlegs, and they missed the mark by like a mile.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
they're like
again,
shooting for it, and they're like, "Oh, it's over there." Damn it.
So they play like mobsters that work for this guy.
yeah,
Yeah, because like he's obviously like a mobster,
Sure.
like the big guy, like the.
He's a big guy.
He's
Yeah.
awesome. If you ever see there's the show Justified with
Ted Levine.
The who plays like the dad.
Oh no,
Will Wheaton's dad.
Will Wheaton's dad. Yeah,
he's awesome in that show. That show Justified. If you've never seen it, it's a great show.
Raymond J. Barry, Chester. He plays Chester Honecker. So
Chester Copperpot. That's right.
Chester Copperpot.
Wait, but we didn't talk real quick. Let's stop the train here because I was going to say the part that really bothers me about this movie. Why are they sexualizing Flubber? Like the whole time, Flubber's got like an ass and is like popping it. Like what is going on here?
And then they
Flubber's
have
twerking.
Yeah, like what is going on?
They have where he goes to the basketball game and leaves Weibo in charge, and she lets Flubber out,
which is just so they could put that shit in the fucking commercials.
Yes. So they could have it for the
1,000%.
McDonald's commercial.
Yeah,
That's right.
there is no connection to the movie whatsoever.
Or he breaks himself into like 500 pieces and has like a full on big band, like a conga line.
She keeps trying to like spotlight him, and it's just like turns into like literally it's just a spotlight for my dance number.
Yeah. And it's amazing CGI for that.
Oh, I mean, it looks
fun.
great.
It was good.
It looks great, and it is a kids movie, so it works for kids.
We needed 20 minutes to fill because that's about as long as this whole sequence is.
So long.
It's a lot.
It's so long.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and he's already used his car, or is it after the Will Wheaton part?
It's after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they send these two mob guys to like, let's figure out what he likes, and then we'll take it from him, and then he'll play ball. So they find his basement, and he's doing tests on Flubber. He's put it in hand cream.
Yeah, like
and he's
Flubber
rubbing it on various
stuff,
objects. And the first one is a golf ball. And he's like,
right as they walk up.
they're looking through the window.
Yeah, right as they walk up to look through the window,
and
he starts rubbing his balls with the Flubber.
That's right, baby. I always rub my balls with Flubber. You didn't know that? So he's like,
moist.
he takes a golf ball, and he's like, I wonder what happens if you... Poop. And of course, when he hits the wall in front of him, it flies back at him, and he ducks, and it careens off this guy's head and goes straight up in the air outside.
This had my kids on the floor.
Yeah, because it's a running gag throughout the rest of the movie.
And they were like, rewind it. We rewound it like 20 times.
You didn't have to. Just keep watching the movie.
Yeah. But it's so great. Yeah, it's so great because like through the rest of the movie, those two... sorry, keep going.
Yeah, so the crazy part... Yeah, we could talk about that, but I have to get to the... What a jump from... I'm going to do a golf ball. I'm going to skip tennis ball. I'm going to skip racquetball. I'm going to skip baseball. I'm going to skip basketball.
Handball.
I'm going to go right to bowling.
Yeah, bowling.
What else do you have laying around?
Now,
his justification makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he's testing horizontal momentum for athletic application.
Right. And the only defense that I would have for that is like, this ball's not supposed to bounce because if you drop a golf ball, that shit goes crazy.
Yes.
Like most of those balls at least have some bounce to them. This ball, you drop it, it'll bounce, but it's going to hurt whatever it bounces off.
Yeah.
He's done a hacky sack.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I hear the hacky sack, I think of the Between Two Ferns thing with Matthew McConaughey, where he's like, when you and Woody Harrelson were making True Detective, did it bother you that somewhere in the world there was a sack not being hacky?
Matthew McConaughey loses.
He thinks it's so funny. A sack not being
When they
hacky.
ask him, it's like, so what was the budget for weed on that? Yeah. How quickly did you roll through it?
Yeah.
But
dude.
yeah, so the bowling ball crushes the other guy.
Yeah, gets them both.
Crushes Buffalo Bill?
Yes, yes, Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that saves them is the fact that it's layered in a thin
Flubber.
layer of flubber.
It's
got the
because
flubber.
if you got hit in the head with a bowling ball,
You're dead.
You're dead.
Yeah, dude. I've seen pictures of people who get like just clocked, like standing too close to their kid.
Yeah.
And like even with like the little 8-pound ones, like nothing.
That's an 8-pound ball.
Yes, and like people getting clocked to them, and like the welt in what they did in this movie, I was like, that's not big enough. Like,
Yeah, it's just like this little thing here.
It's like
and
a
like
large
the
pimple.
golf ball one is like a little smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love it. They get back and they're like telling the boss, so like he's
have
got
the
this
big marks.
He's got this stuff, and they're both standing there. And Ted Levine again talking in that way that he talks, and it's
Would you fuck me?
Yeah, would you fuck me? But he's talking in that way, and he's like, the guy's like, the mob boss is like, did you drink before that?
Yeah. 2 beers with dinner.
Two beers with dinner, and
he had a glass
of white wine. That's it. He was like, no, he's got somewhere in there.
He's also in Monk.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
He's the police chief.
Yep.
That's one of those movies that's one of those shows that I see like in passing all the time.
Oh, it's
a
I'm
good
like,
show.
I should watch that. That and like Psych.
Yeah, I didn't like Psych as much.
Psych, Monk.
Monk's
and,
better.
And
Tony Shalhoub is killer.
The Office is all three of those that I'm like I see them all the time, but I haven't watched them. So
I've watched.
You haven't seen The Office?
no, I barely watch The Office.
Okay, you should watch The Office. Have you seen Parks and Rec?
Yes, I've seen lots, mostly for Ron Swanson and for Chris Pratt.
Do you think it's
Andy
a funny
Dwyer.
show?
I found some parts of it pretty good, but some of it I was really annoyed with, like Leslie Knope's character. I was
Kind of the point, though.
I liked. Yeah, I know that's the thing. It's like that's
And
the
she's
point.
so
You
lovable
wanna
that it's like,
yeah.
yeah.
But like the one thing I did love was where they had Patton Oswalt on, and he's trying to filibuster
Yeah.
the city thing, and he goes into what they basically turned into the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And then someone took
No, they
that,
turned it into the Book of Boba.
Oh, was it the Book of Boba? Yeah, it was the Book of Boba. Yes, you're right.
Boba.
So they took that and literally shot for shot
Yeah.
placed it next to Patton Oswalt's
Yeah.
filibuster, and it's brilliant. It's
Yeah.
like Jesus, just let him.
The
just let him
disembodied
write
hand
stuff.
of our bounty hunter Boba, and you see the
yes
Yeah.
out of that, and yeah, it's brilliant.
You know what
And
that means? That somebody saw
Yeah.
Parks and Rec and was like, that's brilliant.
It was
Lord,
John
what are we
Favreau.
doing?
Could you imagine the shot?
It was John
Yeah.
Favreau.
Dude, John Favreau, man. That guy, I love that guy.
Just let him do stuff.
He's happy.
He
let him
in the
do
new Deadpool movie, he's so funny as Happy.
Yeah.
I've been rewatching Friends, and I got to the part where Monica's dating,
yes, I love it.
and he's so funny in that.
He's like an amateur UFC fighter. Right?
Well,
Yes.
he's a billionaire,
Yeah,
like
that's
he's
like
Elon
boring.
Musk.
yeah.
And he decides like she thinks that he's gonna propose because he's had he's been on the phone with a ring sizer.
Yes.
And she goes and he's like, Monica, I have to tell you, I want to be the ultimate fighting champion because I've conquered the business world and the financial world and the mental world, and now I need to conquer the physical world. And she's like, what? And he's like, yes, it's the most brutal fighting and there's no rules. And this was back in the day
like
too.
UFC 1.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
when
dude.
like you could do whatever.
You could head
like,
kick people.
Just
yeah,
hammer fist.
like elbows to the head, like oh yeah, back of the head, whatever. And she goes, he's like, yeah, I had them design my own octagon so I could train in it. And she's like, that's why you were talking to a ring designer. And he's like, yes, exactly.
Absolutely. So brilliant. Yeah, I'm totally happy to let Jon Favreau do whatever. And for anyone, first time listeners out here, the reason why we're going on such tangents this time is because there's not a lot to this Flubber
This
movie.
movie's over.
It literally is green shit bouncing.
This is-
Done.
And
Movie's over.
we're good. And for some reason, so he loses his girlfriend, fiance, to Shooter McGavin.
And he hears that.
He thinks his mind jumps from that to like, how am I going to win her back to
Right.
make them win the basketball
there's
game.
a
So
bet.
there's a point. Yeah, because he puts Flubber in the car.
'Kay.
Now the car can fly.
Brought to you by Ford.
Because
He
he like
uses gamma radiation.
yeah, he like designs
says
this
that-
whole thing in like a minute.
Yeah, you see him in the hazmat suit. He's like,
Yeah.
we put the lead box carefully
Yes.
into the... And
Yeah.
basically he can control Flubber using... Like, if he turns on gamma rays, he can control Flubber like by using a remote.
with
Because
radiation.
Flubber and the
Yes.
Hulk are the same.
They're completely the same.
No, it's if you turn on gamma radiation, you're not controlling the Hulk. He's
Right. But they're born of the same.
controls you.
They're born of the same.
Yes.
Dun, dun.
So he's flying his car all around, and Weibo is like really freaked out and
Yeah.
like super
can fly
scared to be
herself.
in the car. But she can fly,
Yeah.
so she could just be like, "Oh, there's a crash coming." 'Cause that's how she flies. And that's the noise of it.
it's the Jetsons noise. The
Yeah. But he uses the flying car to spy on his ex-fiance.
well, he wants to show it to her, but
he sees that
Shooter's
she's
there.
a shooter. I love how his name is just Shooters, always, forever.
This movie has so many funnier parts that were not related to the main story at all.
Yeah.
Like the bowling ball and the golf ball bouncing.
Yeah.
And then this continuous gag with this little boy for some
Yes.
reason.
Yeah, he's the real. He's the real. He's the
real MVP.
No,
Yes.
he's the real victim
Slim
in this
Shady,
movie
yeah.
because they have traumatized this child.
Yes, completely. Because
Yeah.
for some reason he's afraid of
That there's monsters outside his window.
window in his bedroom at night, and they keep saying there's nothing outside there. And then every time they say that, like the two criminals come flying in,
Yeah.
like the guy in the like
He crashes his car.
crashes his T-Bird, brought to
Into
you by
the tree.
Ford, into the tree. What else happens?
That is a sweet car, though.
They're
At the
on a
end of the movie.
plane. At the end of the movie, and the dad's like, "We're 30,000 feet up, kid. Like, calm down. You can open the shade." He opens the shade,
Flubber is out.
and there's Flubber and
the car flying.
and the car and everyone flying, and he immediately closes and just looks at his dad like, "I'm never looking out a window
Yeah,
again."
you know what that
You
means?
do this.
You know what that means? That kid is not scared of anything anymore. He's like, fuck you, dude. The way he looks at his dad is like, seriously, like, fuck you,
Really?
bro.
Really?
How many times do I have to tell you the same
How
damn
many times
thing?
you gonna lie to
Kratos?
me? How many times? How many times?
What curse of a witch do I have on me that every time I look out a window, it's
Right.
terrifying? Like, It's
Yeah.
awful.
So he uses the car to fly
Yeah.
over to spy on them,
Yeah.
and they make a bet if the Middleton, or what is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, Middleton,
The
Middleton.
Middleton College beats
And, like,
this other
Brainerd College?
piece of shit college.
Yeah.
They'll then
Division 2 at best.
yeah, she's got to date him or
Division
whatever.
4 at worst.
Well, and he bets that if the powerhouse college beats them, that she has to date him.
No,
Yeah.
they have to go to a cabin in the woods for the weekend.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
means
that's-
Which turns
more
into
than
the
Flubber.
movie Cabin in the Woods. I mean, you
Bro,
can call
wait
it
a-
Flubber if you want.
Okay, way to and up
Up the ante.
Up the ante on that, dude. Okay, we're going on a date, or you're coming away with me for 2 nights in the woods. What are we doing?
Yes.
You're
You're
gonna
coming away
teach-
with me to a cabin in the woods.
you're gonna teach me how to be Happy Gilmore.
You're gonna make my Gilmore happy. What?
Lafferty Daniel and Gilmore happy.
So yeah, he decides he's got to figure out a way to use Flubber to help the team win, and he ends up putting tacks covered in Flubber on the bottom of their shoes,
Tax that will erode during the game.
which makes no
Yes.
sense because why are we like just what?
well, because he said that if it just starts off, then somebody would accuse them of cheating and like check their equipment.
Oh
Immediately.
yeah, because you know if it comes to at halftime where the team where every single player's playing that's playing on the Middleton
Yeah.
team has glasses on, which means they're bad at sports. For some reason.
But even if you're gonna wear glasses, get like the cool cream ones.
I mean, like
or the
what is-
Horace Grant goggles.
not
No.
anymore. What's that gymnastics kid who does the pommel horse
Steve.
at the Olympics? It's Steve.
When
Yeah,
it's finally me and you
Steve,
and her
yes.
and him and your friend Steve.
Steve.
Okay,
Anyway.
so
Trick.
but so they go to the game and he like blows the air horn in Shooter McGavin's ear. He's being a real jerk and like ruining their date.
Yeah.
Because good. Screw Shooter McGavin. And he eats pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
What?
What? You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
But so then like at halftime they're getting stomped.
Yeah.
And the Flubber tacks come into play. And they start shooting all around the whole court and everything.
Throwing
and-
alley oops to each other.
yeah, like they don't even know what's going
They're
on.
dribbling
But yeah, because it's on the ball too at this point. Because he put it on the ball.
Absolutely terrifying.
Because he loves to put Flubber on his balls.
But he has a spray. He has a spray flubber.
Exactly. Because he can
has
do
the-
whatever
he
with this
has
stuff now.
For flubber. It's for breeze, but it's,
It's
flubber.
for
Flubber.
It's
Flubber.
for Flubber. There's too many fuffers. But yeah, and they start to make this epic comeback, and it comes down to the last shot, and he's telling he goes down and tells the guy, just jump,
Yeah.
just jump.
Yeah.
Just
And he
yelling.
keeps
He's
telling him,
screaming.
he's like, jump.
Yeah, he's like,
Jump,
just
damn it.
jump. And he's using his name, but I can't remember the kid's name in the movie. But he's
He
like,
tells him if he doesn't do it,
Larry?
he'll fail him.
Isn't it
yeah,
Larry?
yeah. If you don't jump, I'll fail you.
I think it's Larry. I think he's like, I'll fail you, Larry. He's like, just jump.
sounds right to me.
And the kid's like, well, that seems a bit
Bit
aggressive.
excessive. Yeah, it's a bit excessive, but okay. Well, he jumps and then poor
does
Larry sacrifices his life.
Does a triple front flip and goes through the basket.
You know what he does? NBA Jam.
Welcome to.
Oh,
he got in the tournament edition. He got the D power up.
And then he got the moon, like they call it the full moon.
Monster Jam.
Monster Jam.
He's on
downtown. Yeah.
Ugly shot.
And boom goes the dynamite.
4-2. That was my best. I love that. The voiceover in that video game is so good.
Yeah. And then so he slams. He goes diving like dolphin diving through the freaking hoop with the ball right as the time runs out. So they win the game, and he dies because he can't stop himself.
No, the ball bounces him right back up.
The ball. Trey punched his mic, and now he needs Flubber. But the ball bounces right back up and just breaks his neck, and it's
That's
done.
it.
Yeah, done deal. Larry, you could have failed because you're dead.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
I'll never forget about Larry.
Oh my god! No matter how I try. And then, what happens after that?
He goes to tell them like it's Flubber, and he's like, "You can't take a hint."
Yeah.
She
Sure,
doesn't
say
want
that.
you.
She still leaves
So
with
this
Shooter.
is is when he goes home and he's all depressed after Weibo tried to.
Dude, and this is where
3D
this is
fight.
why I wish that Robin Williams had made better choices.
So he goes home and basically tells Weibo
the
like,
whole exposition that he does with Weibo.
Brilliant.
like I'm absent-minded because I love
But
Sarah.
the
not
acting,
because-
like the
Right.
delivery of these lines is so strong and so like.
Yeah.
Oh, I was doing other things because this movie was so like whatever, and it kept like pulling me back when he would do this part, and it's like, man, he just the delivery and the heartfeltness and like it's real, it's there, like his acting is good,
Yeah.
and it shows in a lot of movies. It shows in Hook, and it shows in even Patch Adams, which I love Patch Adams, but I can't stand that movie because of the way it ends and everything. But like,
Oh yeah.
so rough to watch, man. But
Well, like it is. So Robin Williams, when he does that really soft kind of whispering, and you just feel like how much he cares and loves.
yeah, like I want to be his friend.
He's a good actor.
right now.
He's a good actor.
No, it kicks me like in the gut every time. It's almost like, you know, whenever you watch, I don't know who if anyone else feels this way, but I'll get real. You ever watch old Crocodile Hunter?
Yes.
Or like,
Yes.
crikey, it's
Like
the
I
Irwins?
wish I was a snake.
Yeah, I wish to have Steve Irwin tell me, "You're beautiful." You're just like, tell me, Steve. Tell me, make it right.
Oh, ain't
And now
she a beauty?
his son is just the spitting image.
Oh, go watch Crikey. It's
Yeah.
the Irwins. It's
But-
on HBO. It's on Max. I mean, and it's the best series on TV.
And then the goons come in and they steal Flubber.
Yeah.
They take it to
Casa de douchebag.
and Will Wheaton's dad's house.
Castle Day douchebag, dude.
Yeah,
This
it
guy's
is.
house is enormous.
It's huge.
It's on its own like.
And-
But Weibo goes
Zip
and tells
code.
like she films him.
Yeah.
And shows it to Sarah, and she's like,
All
okay.
right.
Yeah, like okay. He's
Fourth
This is
time.
after she has downloaded herself into Sophia.
yeah, I
and,
didn't
like,
really want to
created,
get
like-
into that because it's so
Yeah, do we-
uncomfortable
Let's
and
just-
weird.
Let's break on that for
Okay,
a minute.
but
'cause-
when they kidnap Flubber, they hit Weibo with a baseball bat,
Dude, they wreck.
and they
Weibo.
with the Weebles wobble, and they indeed fall down.
Yeah, this Weeble wobbled and fell down hard.
yeah,
because like they come home and they're like, oh, because they went to the Ford company to tell them like it's for sale, and they're
Yeah.
flying outside of
In the car.
the CEO's window, and they come home and they're all happy, and they see that the door's off, and the robot is cleaning above the door, like
Yeah, Weber. This Weber.
And they
Yeah.
go downstairs, and he's like, Weibo, and he finds her in the corner. And I know it's supposed to be like this super serious scene, but he looks up and he's like, she's leaking battery acid. I'm just like, yeah.
that's the moment that got you. She's like,
Yeah.
she's leaking battery.
Yeah,
acid.
it's the oh no,
Find the
it's-
charger.
it's the Jolly Green head wound.
Yeah, but the outright like, oh, what are we gonna do? And she's like when he finally gets to show her like the flying car application, and
Yeah.
she's like, oh, okay, this is it. This is how we
We're
win.
gonna sell it.
We're gonna sell this, and they're like, "Who do we go to?" Good old Ford.
Yeah.
Well, we're driving a T-Bird.
Yeah.
And they immediately, I guess, sign a check that minute to be like, "Yeah, this belongs to us now, and we're gonna bury it because we're only."
That's
gonna
what we
use
do.
Fossil fuels.
That's what we did.
300
like
years.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Because we don't care about innovation. We care that you have to drive what we got out there right now. Anyways, so they go.
They come up with a plan
Yeah.
to get Flubber back.
and that includes spray guns.
Spray guns.
That is the funniest part
That's the best gag in the whole
of
movie.
the whole movie.
Give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Squirted
he
with
has a squirt gun of Flubber in his pocket, and he's like, "What's this?" And he's like,
one of the goons.
He's like, it's so I can cool him down. Like, if you don't cool it down, it becomes unstable.
Yeah, because they trick him and they make him believe that he's gonna teach him how to control Flubber, to work with Flubber.
Yeah, and he's like, everything I make in 2 years, you can have. Like,
I was like, dude.
Who it turns out Shooter McGavin is the mastermind behind this whole thing.
Yeah, he's
the dude.
Shit, like
figuring out how to steal everything. Yeah, you're right.
Because he likes to steal Robin Williams' stuff.
So Wesson,
he takes it out of his jacket. He's like, "What's this?" And he tells him, and then he's like, sprays him in the face with it, and he's like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Yes.
And the boss is like, give it to him.
Give it to him.
He sprays him again.
It makes that noise. No, he's like, no, give it to him. All right.
No, put out his hand and put it in his hand and give it to him, and he squirts his hand.
Put the gun in
his.
And he's like, oh yeah. And then it turns into like the gay girl, and what's her name?
Sarah.
Sarah, but what's her name?
What about a gay girl?
No, her name is Gay. Gay something.
Marcia Gay.
Marcia Gay Hart.
Sorry, like
Marcia Gay Harden or Hart.
Yes.
Yeah, her name in the movie is Sarah.
Yeah, whatever. Gay girl.
Sarah.
The gay girl.
Sarah, yes.
I was going by her name.
Marcia
you guys are
Gay
ridiculous.
Harden. You guys
Marcia
are the
Gay
problem.
Harden. Yeah, you guys are the problem.
You guys are the
Always
problem.
thinking about homosexuality.
Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
So they do this whole fighting scene, and they're beating
bouncing
each other
around.
up. And they would,
If only someone had a gun.
and I'm telling you what, Shooter McGavin is dead.
Oh,
Because Flubber goes
Yes.
in his mouth,
Yes.
shoots all around the inside of his body, and I'm not a doctor like Trey is, like a physician's assistant
Almost
doctor. like the closest you can get without
Like a
that
Dr.
DR in
Light.
front of
Like
your
a
name.
Dr. Light.
Exactly. He's diet doctor.
You may sit on the council, but we do not give you the rank of master.
that's cool.
Okay, fine. The
So,
insurance is cheaper? Great.
So I'm not a doctor, but if that thing was to shoot around your insides with the speed and velocity, your whole thing would be liquid. Like all your organs are real easy
out
to
of
break.
your sphincter hole.
Bro.
And then just shoot out of your anus.
The way it blows out this guy's ass,
Yeah.
like there's like jet propulsion and like pocket squares.
I have
everywhere.
seen power lifters
Oh my god!
where their O-ring fails and everything just slides out.
I imagine that. Yeah, whatever Flubber was coming out,
called-
bring it along with
when
you.
he shot out of there, it would have just been this like
It's called the prolapse.
liquid. Like,
It's called the prolapse.
Just how many feet? How many feet of
It's
small
called an anal
intestine?
prolapse.
stop saying that.
Stop.
You're making me.
So they
How many feet of small intestine though?
a lot.
Yeah, it's a shitload.
Yeah, and that's what was coming out with Flubber at the time. This was unrealistic.
And
in so
everything
many
else
ways.
because he like
The way that they got him to go crazy is they figure out in the movie that he doesn't like flashing lights.
photons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he calls the car up and hits the brights.
yeah.
And Flubber
freaks
like,
Flubber out.
It's like when what movie is it where the guy like peels off the mask and he's like, ah, like in The Mask.
Yeah.
Where he does
Yeah. Well, does it in Beetlejuice? In the
Yeah.
mask, and yeah.
it's like in Beetlejuice where he
What do you
does.
think of that?
What do you think of this? And he does the thing where like his eyes pop out.
Yeah, that's Beetlejuice for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I will
We're
like.
coming up on Beetlejuice.
Man, I love this. Yes.
Saving that for later.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And Beetlejuice. I love it in Ted too. Where he's like, we gotta call him. He goes, Beetlejuice. He's like, whoa! Don't be calling that guy around here. You don't know. You don't know what he's gonna do. Mark Wahlberg tried to tell Ted not to.
You can't call him.
You can't call. You don't know what he's gonna do.
What he's gonna do.
So good.
Mike, what? He always sounds like he's out of breath.
Yeah. He's got the next words. He's gonna keep saying them as fast as he can. Holy crap!
so funny.
No, the way they oh shit, maybe loves a train of thought on that one. Mark Wahlberg and Ted. Oh shit, with the kid with the car. Oh, the car flying and not running on diesel fuel. I was like,
Photons.
And
Just runs on
photon.
Flubber.
And Flubber. I was
You're
like,
not gonna get it back.
Did Elon Musk watch this as a kid and
I
like,
could do that.
oh, I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm doing next. Is the flying and
he
the,
did it.
He did it. Man of his word. He did it. He did it.
Love him or hate him.
Yeah, he did it.
The underdog's on top.
So they get the Flubber back.
Yeah.
and they create a Weibo daughter.
I did not notice that as we're here talking about Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton is on the screen behind Matt.
Oh, snap. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the movie. This is in the other guys where he keeps making TLC references.
Yeah.
Yes. He's
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
So funny.
You're doing it on purpose.
Doing that, bro. the silent fight they have at the funeral is the funniest thing.
that what they're doing?
You want to
I think
Isn't that what
what's
they're doing,
happening
like
right
literally right now?
Right behind
I
me.
think
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
right behind me, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
So you were saying about the car and the flubber and the kids.
Yeah. So the movie ends that I guess they just win. Nobody calls the police and be like, "Hey, 2 professors came and the dean of a college and
All over him.
He saves the college.
Saves college, assaulted us and assaulted people.
He gets married on a screen
Yeah.
while he.
Oh
is-
my god. Oh my god.
Yes.
Hold on. Before we get there,
So
you
Weibo
have the
left
hard
plans.
Yeah, you have the heartfelt moment with Weibo where she recorded herself as a human, telling him like, "Oh, I love you, and I hope that you'll treat my daughter."
gross.
She designed
better
her
than
own
you-
person.
Yeah. Well, she said that she took out like the flaws in her programming that made her like obsessed with him,
Ew.
And added some of him, which means she forgets everything.
or she's like a teenager,
And now she goes from yellow to red.
and it's we bet,
It's we bet.
We
I didn't catch that.
we bet,
Okay.
We bet.
But
right?
so they're getting married.
I think you're right. Yes.
They're getting married, and she's at the
Yes, we
altar, and you can now kiss the.
He has the top hat on.
Yeah,
like
and
in
then
the-
you can now kiss the screen, and it
We
turns
bet.
and it's we bet. I'm like, what? This is not okay.
He
Yeah.
didn't have to learn from his behavior. He just had to make more Flubber.
Yeah, like what are you?
Why?
And he's like, I'm almost done. I'll meet you at the reception. What?
You
You
could've-
couldn't just walk into the church, get married, and leave to the reception? That's literally all we need for you.
This
The guy is
person-
useless in,
Yes.
in a wedding.
He doesn't love you. I'm just going to tell you that. He doesn't love you.
Once, okay.
Yeah.
You know, you can maybe work that out. Twice, you're done,
He
bro.
doesn't love you. He's
You're
just
done.
afraid of disappointing you.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like once he gets through this honeymoon phase and we're done, he's gone. That
And
guy's gone.
if the
You'll know
movie
where he
was
is.
true,
He's in the basement.
if the movie was true, and the reason he's so absent-minded is because he's so in love with her, that makes no sense. You missed 3 weddings with her. This doesn't make any sense.
people with dating advice out there, if anyone ever says that to you, just know it's from Flubber and it's bullshit.
Anyway,
And then it ends where you get the scene where she's like, "I'm not sharing a room with him in Hawaii. He's gross and he smells."
Flubber.
We bet.
And
Yeah.
he never wipes that giant ass.
He is shaking it. You're right. That is a big
the whole
part of
time.
it.
Go back and watch.
Jiggly-joo,
Yeah.
jiggly-joo,
It's like 2
jiggly-joo.
big Christmas hams
Yeah.
back there.
Well, you know why I kept saying
Ham hock.
I mean, if you care for it properly, it's wonderful. But no, he does not. Apparently,
he does not.
He
care for
smells.
it.
He's like a teenager.
Like you know why I said gadgets and gizmos aplenty? Do you know who
That's from,
Weibo's voice is?
Yeah, Ariel.
Yeah, Weibo's voice is Jodie Benson.
Yeah,
Who apparently is a
spends
Miami
her whole
local.
life wishing she had a vagina.
Yeah. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
It's facts,
Trey's
it's facts, bro.
You're the medical guy. Why does that? The word is vagina.
In the Little Mermaid.
Read about it.
It wasn't the word. It was the realization that in 2 movies she's a female wishing she's female.
Yeah.
That's just her. That's her.
It holds so true in the world these days.
That's just her thing, you know.
Dun-dun-dun.
Well, like apparently she's
Dun, dun, dun.
apparently she's a Miami local.
Oh, cool.
Because her daughter was in a stage production over here with Area Stage Company at Sunset
As
Little
Ariel.
Mermaid?
as Ariel.
Oh, cool.
And we actually had a friend who was in the production too. And I've been dying to ask her. I was like, Laura, were you at?
Plyler.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have to say her last name. but
Oops.
Yeah, we're gonna have to beep that out.
Dang it. Anyways, so Laura, I was like, are you?
Such an asshole. I'm tired.
It's okay.
Well, you
all right.
gotta remember, as much as we're just sitting around talking, we ain't just sitting around talking.
God damn it.
This is a show, right? Damn it. Where are we? Sorry.
Where'd
No.
all these lights come from?
Pretty much anything else flies.
Yeah.
We just don't out people.
Such an asshole.
So, anyways, Laura she's at the audition, and I had to imagine. I keep dying to ask her. I was like, "Were you at the audition?" and you're in line, like waiting to go in, do your monologue, sing your part, whatever that is, and talking to people in line and be like, "Oh, cool," and so yeah, great, and, you're here too. Okay, what's your name? Benson, and you want to be Ariel? Okay, shit. Well, I guess you're Ariel. How was she?
Looks like I'm playing the seagull.
Yeah. Actually, I think she did play
Scuttle.
I think she did play Scuttle.
Hey, you know what? Best part of that movie.
Yeah.
No, best part of that movie is Under the Sea. We all know that.
Yeah. Well, Scuttle and Sebastian.
It's a dingle
Thank you. I was like, what's his name? But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us for
I can't
another
believe I'm going to make
episode.
you have to edit that out.
Well, it's
such an
okay.
asshole.
For another episode of Nostalgia Land. We appreciate you very much. And to everybody who listens every week, you guys are the best.
Yeah.
If you could, comment, like, subscribe, 5-star us on all those platforms that you listen to us.
Flubberize that like button. Just
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should leave Flubber out of this.
hot two of that like button.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Dude.
And spit on that
She
thing.
was in an interview recently, and she's like, "I like old school rap," and she's like Jay-Z, and she said, "Yeah, I like that song where it's like Kung Fu, Hot to Tomato, and
Wet Dream Tomato.
yeah." She's like talking about the New York with,
Yes.
You're mentally
Concrete
challenged.
jungles where
Got
dreams
it.
are made of.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that one.
yeah. Anyways,
I mean, it's very clear what they're saying.
Yeah.
But anyway,
you just don't listen.
yeah, I mean, you don't hawk to and spit on that thing like on camera
Just don't
unless you're not too
listen.
bright. But thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. Please comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Hit that notification bell. Check us out. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Trey's favorite. We really, really, really appreciate anybody who comments, who shoots out movies. Check out Sunny D vodka seltzers. They are delicious. Drink responsibly.
One of these days
Please
they're
drink
going to answer our
One day,
emails.
maybe they'll hear us.
They're gonna pick
They'll
up
hear
my
our
phone
cries.
call.
Only 95 calories.
One day.
0 sugar. It's wonderful.
And it's a 4.5, which is a very moderate amount of alcohol to put in these things.
Oh yeah, you can drink like a
It's
million.
not like
of them.
Limeritas where they're trying to kill you with 2
Yeah,
cans,
for sure.
like 8% shit.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
8%.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really, really appreciate you guys, and the more participation, the better. It makes this a lot more fun for us. If you're telling us what movies you want to do, because we just have to sit around and brainstorm all the time about what movies we're going to do, and there are a ton. It's just you kind of blank out and you don't think about things and think about movies.
Yeah.
But if you want to hear specific stuff, comment, reach out to us, let us know. Check out our shops, nostalgialand.podcast.
NostalgialandPodcast.com.
Shit.
And Nostalgialand
Etsy.
Shop on
Nostalgialand
Etsy.
Shop on
Nostalgialand
Etsy.
Shop on Etsy. Yeah.
Check us out. We got some cool products and things, some cool merch, because it's not products, it's merch. Merchandise.
Doesn't even have our logo or stuff on it, so you don't have to have people be like, "What's Nostalgialand?" You can just
Yeah.
have a cool cup.
Yeah, because
or
we're
like-
not bright enough to put our logo on
know.
it, so people will ask you what
If
that
you want,
is.
if you want to slap
Just
our
kidding.
logo on it, you get it looks
You
like
get some
that.
You get
stickers
one of
and
those,
stuff.
yeah. But if
Yeah.
you just want to have a cool cup that supports the show, go for it.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking. They're awesome, awesome cups.
Yeah.
But thank you. And until next time,
I'm Matt.
I'm Trey.
and I'm Tyler. Cowbunga. I'm not doing that.